Welcome back to the historic Northside Cafe, where we dish up Iowa comfort food as fresh as we can make it. We're also here to dish up some updates, menu changes, and announcements. I'm pleased to say that since we started our program last month of helping to feed hungry people, we have served over 327 meals. But even though that number seems high, we want to make it higher. That only comes to 11 meals a day. So we are working with local organizations, pastors, churches, to see how we can improve those numbers. Here's Walter to give you our menu changes.
All right. Last segment that we did, we talked to you about some changes we did to the menu that's gone really well, and we've got some more coming up in January and through the spring until spring. One thing that we're really excited about is I finally got the call from Dale of Bridgewater Farm, and he's going to have fresh spinach for us starting in January. It's the most amazing spinach I've ever had, and I'm excited to put it on the spinach salad we've added to the menu. We're going to change our soup to John Wayne chili for January. Then moving into February, we'll have a chicken and noodle with homemade noodles, and we'll give people who missed that butternut squash in March, we'll bring that back for one last shot, and then we'll be looking at changes for spring. Back to who's next?
Scott.
Right. So we'll figure out how to edit that in. That was perfect, though. All right, so I'll be covering two new announcements that we're going to be working on for Q1 and Q2 of 2020. The first program is our YouTube channel. So we've been discussing, and obviously we're shooting here, the things that we can do with the YouTube channel, and we're going to be doing a show called Cooking with Nuts. And what we're going to be doing is traveling around Iowa and meeting other mom and pop restaurants that operate in small town communities throughout Iowa, and sit down and discuss with them their most popular items, the trials and tribulations of actually operating a small business in a big box society, and what makes them stand out in their communities and makes them a destination in the state of Iowa. We hope that this will educate people in the process of running a restaurant and the challenges that we face on a regular basis as owners. The second thing that we want to announce today is our inaugural Employees of the Year and Partner of the Year. We realize that you cannot run a business without the community, but you definitely can't run it without good partners and excellent employees that go the extra mile on a continuous basis. And so this is going to be something that the Northside Cafe starts this year and runs on an annual basis. And we are going to go through the announcements of who those people are and a couple of things about them that made them the Employees or Partner of the Year. So I'll kick it off to Michelle now, and she'll give you the first Employee of the Year.
I have the privilege of announcing our back of house Employee of the Year, and that honor goes to Jim Nelson. Jim has been a major part of this community for many, many years. He was a pharmacist at Montrose Pharmacy for over 50 years, where he went above and beyond for the customers. Numerous boards was he a part of: hospital board, fair board, covered bridges festival board, and the list goes on. But we know Jim here as our illustrious pie baker, who we could not do without. And Jim once, with tears in his eyes, reminisced to me about how he was trying to replicate his mother's pies that he knew from growing up. We're very pleased to have Jim Nelson as part of the Northside Cafe. And here's Walter.
Thanks, Michelle. I'm going to announce our front of house Employee of the Year. And Scott was right in saying that we can't do this alone. It's really the people we work with that make this possible. And our front of house Employee of the Year is Melissa Rhodes. If you've lived in Winterset any period of time, it's the same Melissa that probably did your hair or your daughter's hair for prom or something like that over the last few years. But we know her as our amazing, energetic, unstoppable, unflappable waitress who has just transformed the front of house for us over the last 2 years that she's worked with us. If I had to summarize anything, I'd say what has made Melissa so valuable to me is she's just always happy. If I'm having a down day, she says, Walter, it's going to be okay. I know when she walks in the building for the beginning of the day, because there's always this shout through the window, good morning, is everything okay? How's everybody? She's just always smiling, always happy. When a customer walks in and they haven't been in a while, she's like, how have you been? We've missed you. She's just, in so many ways, we've been just privileged to have Melissa be a part of our operation. Now back to you, Scott, for our Partner of the Year.
Thanks, Walter. So, one of the important things of running a business is having good partners. And although we've had many, many good partners at the Northside Cafe, we had to narrow it down to one. And the one that we chose this year was Covered Bridges Winery. They opened in 2004. There's several partners. It's Kevin Fifo and his wonderful wife, Jean, and then Kevin and Rose Boyle. And when we think of Covered Bridges Winery, we think of an organization that not only supports everybody in the community, they come out, they come to the festivals, they eat here at the cafe, they put on musical entertainment at their own facility, but we think of someone that goes out of their way to make sure that your experience, both with the wine and with the things that they attach their wine to, are also of high quality. We couldn't have asked for a better partner in 2019. We hope that their success continues going forward. And one of the things that we want to make sure everybody understands for both the partners and both of the employees of the year is on the 3rd of January, which is a Friday, is our prime rib night. Each one of these winners will get a free prime rib dinner on the Northside Cafe that night. We will be doing 10% off of all meals that day for all customers to come in as just a community thank you. And we'll also be getting gift certificates for them so they can bring their significant others to participate with the meal. So we're hoping that we can continue work with the community and the partners here in this coming year, and we look forward to having them come this coming Friday, the 3rd. All right, guys. Well, again, as we talked about with the video production, we are novices at this. We hope this is entertaining. We're going to make a lot of mistakes in our editing and everything else. We're trying to shoot all this on iPhone 11s with some very basic equipment. We know that every 15 to 20-year-old could probably knock this out and make it look a lot better. And with all our experience, you'd think we'd be able to handle it. But obviously, the concept of with age comes wisdom doesn't work with technology and doing videos. But thank you very much for supporting the Northside Cafe, and we hope the videos get better and you enjoy them.
Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Can we open the wine now?
Yeah, there you go.